Hey girlfriends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Starla. If you wouldn't mind, go ahead and hit that like button, leave me a comment, and subscribe to my channel. So today we have a couple of Valentine DIYs for you. So let's go ahead and get into DIY number one. So for DIY number one, I'm using these salt and pepper shakers that I got from the Dollar Tree. What we're going to do is we're going to wipe them down really good and make sure they're clean so our paint will stick. And I'm going to start painting them right now with my Waverly chalk paint and plaster.
But you're trying to deny that we should be together. It's heavy weather, we're heading for tonight. You better take what you can, cause the time is right now. We only need the two of us.
So after 2 coats of paint and letting them dry thoroughly, I am taking my sanding sponge and I am going to distress them just a little bit. So now I'm taking a little Mod Podge and I'm going to seal the paint just because I don't want it to scratch off the glass easily. You can use Mod Podge or whatever you prefer to seal these with. So now I'm just going to take some of this baker's twine that I got from the Target dollar spot, and I'm just going to wrap it twice around my rim of my salt and pepper shakers and tie a little bow on the front. So now I'm taking these little red hearts, glitter hearts that I got in a package of heart stickers at Dollar Tree, and I'm just placing those on the front of my salt and pepper shakers. So here's the results of DIY number one. You can choose to use these as salt and pepper shakers if you would like, but I decided to use them as little vases. Aren't they just the cutest thing you've ever seen? Okay, so now we're going to get into DIY number two. And I am going to make a Farmhouse bead garland. Not a garland, but like a little, I don't know. I'm just going to say garland. So I'm going to paint, I've already painted 4 of them previously off camera because I forgot to hit the record button. Then 2 of them pink and 2 of them white. Also using the Waverly chalk paint and ballet slipper and plaster. Okay, so here I'm taking that same baker's twine and I'm wrapping it around my hand about 15 times. Once I get it all wrapped, I'm going to cut that strand off, and I'm going to cut another piece and wrap it around the top of my tassel and tie it in a knot. Here you can see that I have a pencil stuck in it. It just helps hold my tassel open while I tie and wrap my other piece of string around it. And once I get it wrapped around as many times as I want, then I'm going to tie it off and then just let those extra strings hang down with the rest of them. And now I'm just going to fix my ends and cut them. And then I'm going to trim them up, make them where they're even. Doing this several different ways. Okay, so here I'm just wrapping a piece of masking tape around the ends of my string so I can get them through my beads, kind of like a needle.
Come on now, come on, won't you come with me? Time to let it go and be free. Won't you come
And here is the final result of my little garland. And now let's get into our third and final DIY. So I'm taking this heart that I got from the Dollar Tree. I did pop off the little burlap little flag thing that was on the front with my screwdriver, but of course I forgot to push record again, so I didn't have that footage. I'm so sorry about that. But now I'm just going to take my sanding sponge and just kind of clean it off, give it some grit, you know, for my paint to stick to. So now I'm just taking that same chalk paint and plaster, and I'm just going to give my heart one coat of that, just to kind of cover up that red, because we're going to be adding other colors and distressing it, as you will see here in a few minutes. Okay, so now I'm taking my red and I am going to paint two like slats red and then two slats with the ballet slipper pink. Okay, you can see now that I have both of my slats in the pink and the red color, and now I'm just taking my plaster white chalk paint and I am going to paint stress these while the paint is still damp. And you just keep going over the paint, you know, until you get your desired look. I am just going back and forth between them because I want to add a little red into the paint to kind of give it a little extra, what do you want to call it, depth. And then I'm going over the red. It's going to kind of mute it down and give it more of a like darker pink color. So now I'm taking my Waverly Wax and Antique, and I am just going into the grooves and just kind of giving them a little more depth, and running the brush over the pinks just to give it some like rustic distressing. All right, so here you see me just taking my little, I don't even know what you call this thing, because there was like a little piece of wood like or stuff stuck in that little groove there, and I just needed to get it out. So now I'm taking a thin paintbrush and I am going to go into those grooves and darken it up a little more because I want those to really stand out. So now I'm just taking some brown and white paint and mixing it together so I can cover up the burlap, you know, paint that burlap on that little flag thing there and cover up the Valentine word. Now my goal here was to go with a lighter brown, but for some reason it turned out looking more gray than anything.
So bittersweet. Let me put your mind at ease. Trust me, I'll take the lead, 'cause I wanna ride with you.
And since I got with so much gray, the gray look with that paint, I just decided to go ahead and take that same color and go over my heart and just kind of blend in some of that gray with it so it would have those little gray accents too. Okay, so here I am just taking a little stencil I cut on my silhouette, and I am just dabbing in some plaster white chalk paint. Now, if you don't have a silhouette or a Cricut, you don't have to do what I'm doing. You can freehand these on there. You can also print it off on a sheet of paper on your computer and then just pencil in the back and trace it on there. Or you can use stickers or anything like that as well.
I wanna get to your clothes, gotta get it right now. I wanna push all the limits with you right now. So watch your feelings, the city's screaming, we're not coming home tonight. We're living quick in the world, gotta get it right now. People talk and tell what you wanna hear now, but they all disappear, they will let you down. So we better stick together. Let's come whatever. We're not coming home tonight. We're living quick in the world, gotta get it right now. We only need the two of us together. I need only you in this crazy world. 'Cause we got love, love. I need only you here with me. You wanna get close to me? Why don't you do it right now? You know we met for a reason, but you're trying to deny that we should be together. It's heavy weather, we're heading for tonight. You better take what you can, 'cause the time is right now. We only need the two of us.
And once you get to the end of your burlap, you just want to just fold it back over and just glue whatever's left to the bottom. And now we're just going to take our burlap flower that's finished and we're going to hot glue it onto our heart. And here is the final result. I love, love, love how this turned out. I love the romantic, rustic feel of this piece. I normally don't decorate for Valentine's Day, but this year I decided to, and I am loving it. I am loving all the pinks, all the reds, everything. And not only that, my daughter's getting married in March, and she's doing pink, so I thought this would be a perfect piece too to display at her wedding. What do you guys think? Leave me a comment below and let me know which one of these was your favorite. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, would you please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I hope to see y'all in the next one. Have a great one. Thanks, y'all.